Record to the cloud. Here we go.
These people here.
Who else we got?
Natalie.
This one?
No, that's
I don't know all names, by the way. So
No.
David, Andy.
Please.
Okay, I don't know who Jennifer is.
Oh, well. She's coming in.
Okay, cool. So we go.
all right, I am.
Augusta.
We need somebody on admitting duty.
Yeah, well, we can do that. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Everybody's in so far. That's
Okay.
that's in the. Internet. Okay, so we're still waiting for a few more to join us. Alessandra, I don't know how long that you usually give people over the allotted time. We usually give about 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
Okay. Cool. And then what we can do is get the introductions going.
Yes.
Not doing what we want to, but I'm not going to make any problems with it.
That's okay. So bear with us, ladies and ladies.
Ladies.
Ladies and ladies.
Yeah. You let me in, please. Ladies and ladies. So 1, 2. I think we're waiting. How many more are you waiting for?
I lost count. It could be 2.
We've got 4, but 2 will be recording only. So we're waiting for 2 more to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Okay. Hi everybody. We will do introductions in a moment.
Yeah, we're just getting ourselves sorted.
That's better. We can see your whole face now, Lyra.
Oh right. Okay. I'm just moving my iPad around. Oh.
You see the difference is that we see where we're highlighted. So we're going to be recorded. She's going to be recorded, but when Lyra and that talk, they're not highlighted.
Okay. Cool.
I think. Yeah. Okay.
All right. What do you want to do? Do you want to start, Alessandra?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me orient myself. Yeah. Hello, everybody. To start, before the start is I'd love to hear everybody's name, and so we can all hear your voices. We join in the group together and sharing each other's energy. So your name, and I'd love to hear which country or city you're in. So we begin to start thinking about ley lines. I guess that maybe we should call, that I should invite each person to talk. All right.
Good idea.
So, I don't know how to say your last name. Palazzi?
Close.
Okay, hi.
Hi. I'm Dee. I live between Oswestry and Shrewsbury in Shropshire, which is just on the Welsh border, but in England.
Oh. Well, hello, Wales and England.
Hi.
Hi, thanks. Lyra, Susie?
Hi, I'm Lyra, and I live in Devon, but I'm actually in Glastonbury tonight, as I'm attending Neil and Zena's workshops.
Oh, you must be all charged up then.
Well, yeah, I did yesterday. I've had a day in the Chalice Well and the Chalice Well today. So another of their workshops tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to tonight with you guys.
Thank you.
Very happy you're all here. I have Anne-Marie.
Hi, my name's Anne-Marie and I'm from Hampshire in the UK, very close to a well-known posh airport called Farnborough, which is down the road where they have the air shows.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I have Jennifer, but I don't have the last name here, so it might be the only Jennifer.
Okay, I'm Jennifer Thongavelu. I live in Golden, Colorado in the US.
Nice
Lovely.
to see you.
Lovely to see you here.
Mountain Energy.
Yes.
The names keep moving, so the next person I see is
Mia.
Mia.
Is that the one? Mia?
Yeah, Mia. Yeah.
Hi, this is Mia, and I'm in San Antonio, Texas.
Good job.
San Antonio, Texas.
Good to see you again, my lovely.
Yay.
I have a Barb.
Bob, need
Sure.
to unmute yourself, Bob, if you can, to say hello.
Oh, yeah. Do we unmute you?
No, we can't
Ask
unmute.
to I'm asking Barb to unmute.
Hi, I'm Barb from Haley, Idaho.
Thanks, Bob, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Next, I have Claire. That says you're Manchester, so I'm cheating already. I know where you are.
Yeah.
If you're there.
Got my email address up there. Yeah, so basically Claire from Manchester.
Natalie.
Have to unmute, Natalie.
Come on, Natalie, say hello.
You might have disappeared for a minute. Go to somebody else just in
Yeah,
case
yeah.
I shut off. which is
Susan Fluak. I think you're in Bosnia.
I live in British Columbia, Canada, but I'm on a spiritual quest here in Visoko, Bosnia at the moment. And it was just by surprise that this came across my email yesterday. So it's going to be interesting when it unfolds this evening, because a lot has been coming up for me in a very big way while I've been here. And I'm here till October 13th.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have Mari. Mari, I don't know if you want to speak. Mari is in Tokyo, Japan. So I think she might be shy in English, but she can say hello. Or maybe we may not be familiar with Zoom also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, I see Mari unmuted herself. Hi, Mari.
Hi. Hi, Ale.
Hi, Mari.
And you are in Tokyo, yes?
Okay.
I'm going to say hi to...
Hi, Alessandra, Mari. I'm Mari.
Yes, hi, Mari. Welcome.
Hello, Mari.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, thanks for joining us.
Hello.
I'm gonna.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Ale.
Hello, Mari. Lovely to have you here.
Hello.
Hi. I'm now going to
Hi.
call.
Hi.
Hello. We're going to somebody else now to go and say hello to somebody else.
Yeah, I'm going to say hello to Camille, who's also in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi,
Can you listen to me?
Yeah, we can hear
Hello.
you. Mari-san. Hello. Actually, this is 3:30 a.m. in Tokyo. I'm very sleepy. But I was very excited to listen to this program. So nice to see you all.
Okay. So did we miss everybody?
Okay.
Anybody?
Natalie, are you back with us?
Hello?
Good.
Say hello, Natalie. That's all we need to do.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm from Texas. In the US, I'm trying to get home.
Oh, bless you.
Yes, I had an appointment, but I'm in Texas, in the United States.
Yeah, superb. Lovely to see you again, my lovely.
Please
Thank
don't
you
worry.
so much. Yes.
Please don't worry if you end up getting cut off and then join us again. I mean, we're recording it anyway, Natalie. So just be safe, whatever you're doing, getting home.
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. Thank you.
No meditating while you're driving. That's
Yeah.
not allowed.
No one. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, my darling. Thank you.
Well, thank you all for joining us. What we're going to do is we're going to take you on a bit of a journey, and we're going to give you some opportunities to interact at different times. But you're all probably going to stay on mute at the moment. If you can put yourselves on mute, that would be good. And then we'll let you know when it's time to interact as such with us when we need some feedback and things on what you're getting. But the idea really is this evening to introduce ourselves, I suppose, first.
Absolutely. I thought you were going to forget that bit.
I almost did.
Yeah, I know you did.
I did. I forgot that bit.
What are you so like? You can't get the staff, can you? Okay. Alessandra, do you want to go first with your introduction?
Yes, I am Alessandra. I'm in Chicago. I sort of don't want to be in Chicago anymore. I grew up in Italy, and I like traveling around. I feel like a galactic gypsy. And when I was in Italy, I went to an international school, so GCSEs, A levels, aced them, only the ones that I wanted to. So I'm so happy that you're here. Very happy that you're here live. What I'm thinking and hoping that we're going to be doing together is, I feel like I spread myself all over the universe and galaxies as some weirdo shaman that brings in all these threads and all these parts that are missing in us here now. Because if we think that our identity is just as the mere boring human, it might make our life constricting and hard. And so I want to pull on all these threads and say, here, look what I found. And you'll say, oh, I want this one, but not that one. And so that's the feeling that we might be doing today, but even bigger and better with Neil and Zena, with the other threads that they collect. And so that's what I'm hoping we're doing, that and much more, right? So thanks for playing with us.
Okay. I'll start and then you can interrupt. I mean, you can have your go. So it's Neil and Zena. We are Crystal Heaven. We live in Glastonbury, in the heart chakra of the world, which is in the UK. And our job is to basically impart any knowledge that we have regarding angels, crystals, the Atlantean, the galactic, anything like that that resonates with us, we impart to your good selves. And hopefully you can take some of that away for yourself, or to
work with,
give to others,
empower,
give to others, absolutely.
Yeah. So basically, we see ourselves as, I suppose, facilitators to reconnect you with energy or knowledge that you already have, or many of you certainly have. And it's about stepping back into your power and connecting with the spiritual journey that you've set out for yourself, even if you're not fully aware of what that is. And a lot of people at the moment are looking for direction to which journey to go. And it's a little bit of a minefield. There's so much out there. So it's about you feeling happy on your spiritual journey. And we hope to bring you some more enlightenment this evening as we work here in Glastonbury with Cosmic Merlin and all of those wonderful energies. So as I say, we're going to take you on a journey. We're going to interact at different times with Alessandra. We're going to give you an opportunity to ask questions, give us feedback, hopefully give us some feedback, and connect with whatever you need to connect with this evening and get what you need from the session. And the reason we say that is that even if we're on a spiritual journey, there is always healing that takes place on that journey, and it may be a soul healing, it may be on different levels, the emotional, physical, or even the mental levels, and spiritual, of course. So we're hoping that we can enlighten you a little bit about the wonderful cosmic gateway of Glastonbury and working with the wonderful Merlin. And the Merlin energy it's really growing again at this time. So what we're going to do is we're going to start that journey and let you basically connect initially with Avalon. Now, before we go into that, you can see behind me a picture of the Tor. This is probably the most symbolic part of Glastonbury. Everybody recognizes the Tor. Many people come on pilgrimages to what we call the Isle of Avalon, which is Glastonbury. And the Isle of Avalon has a very deep, distant history, not always very spiritual, but certainly growing much more spiritually now. So we're going to take you on that journey and try and connect with some of those energies, and then lead you through some of the, well, I suppose, most sacred spots in Glastonbury with Merlin's help. We're going to connect you to some of the energies that are available in the way of the Avalon energies. So what I'd like you to do initially for me is to just get comfortable and make sure that you're not going to be disturbed as we go on this little journey. Close your eyes if you can, and just take some breath as I start to lead you on this guided journey to the Isle of Avalon. So what I'd like you to do is take a breath in, if you can breathe in through the nose, and then out through the mouth for me. And with each breath in, I'd like you to try and clear your thoughts, anything that's going around in your mind, so that you can be a clear channel for whatever needs to come through to you this evening. Now, as you breathe in, know that you're breathing in life force. You're breathing in light and love into your inner core. So just take some deep breaths. And as you breathe out, just blow out anything that needs to leave you. And if you need to really push that air out, then do so. Air is the life force that we all breathe here on Mother Earth, and we need more of that in our lungs. So as you take your breath, I'd like you to, just for a moment, think about your safe space, somewhere that you find you can be perfectly safe. It may be in your own home. It may be in nature. And I'm asking you just to take yourself there in your consciousness for a moment so that you can be at ease. I'd like you to know that you are safe on this journey. You are loved by all of the celestial beings that we're going to be working with. And with your eyes closed, as you take yourself to your safe space, I'd like you just to feel the ground underneath you. Just be conscious of Mother Earth underneath wherever you are. Now, to some, you may sense or feel almost like the heartbeat of Mother Earth. To others, you may just smell the beauty of Mother Earth or sense the breeze of Mother Earth around you. Whatever it is Mother Earth. And I'd like you to subconsciously start to hear your own heartbeat coming in alignment with the heartbeat of Mother Earth. And this is where we're going to start within the heart. As Glastonbury is the heart chakra of Mother Earth. And so this is where we feel, hear, sense, and know her heartbeat the loudest. And with each beat of your own heart, just allow yourself to relax even further. And as you become in tune with Mother Earth, we're going to take a journey. We're going to step through a portal, a gateway to the Isle of Avalon. We're going to step back in time through this gateway. And as we step back, I'd like you to see yourself standing at the base of the Tor in the Isle of Avalon. Remember that you're safe. You're totally protected as we go on this journey. And as we find ourselves at the base of the Tor, you may notice some low-lying mist or fog around the base of the Tor. But you will be able to see the tower up high in the distance. Now this Tor, this magical Tor, is a labyrinth, a sacred geometrical labyrinth to what we call the Cosmic Gateway. And we'll be journeying on that labyrinth shortly. But I want you to sense and feel, and maybe you can even smell the energies of Avalon. Now, as we stand at the base of the Tor, you may feel or sense guides with you, power animals. They are here with you on your journey, protecting you, making you feel safe. And as you stand, looking at the Tor, you may hear the distant sound of water, of running water. As the Tor is not only a sacred gateway, It is also where life begins. As you turn, looking away from the tour now, you'll see a gateway, a simple wooden gateway, and a pathway. This pathway is leading you to a very special garden. So as you follow that pathway, just open the gate, step through the gate until you arrive at what looks like a stream. This is water coming up from the Tor. This water is magical water, full of life, full of hope, full of love. But you notice that there are actually two streams running side by side. And these streams seem to be running across and in through some shrubs and trees into what looks like a garden. The two waters that run are different. One is very red in color, and the other is sparkly white. This is masculine and feminine energy coming up from this gateway, coming up to the surface in this Isle of Avalon. So when you're ready, just follow those streams. Follow the path by the side as it leads through trees that seem to be different in some way, seem to be older, more magical. And as you lead through those trees, the stream seems to disappear down into the ground once more, back underneath this magical garden. But don't worry, we're going to find these streams once more. And you'll be aware now that you are standing in a beautiful place. You'll be able to see the Tor up in the distance to your right-hand side. And there are still some low-lying mist out and around the Tor. But within this garden, the energy is different. So different. So just stand for a moment within the garden. Focus on your breath once more. And just allow your heartbeat to come into sync with the heartbeat of this garden. As you take your breath, we're going to lead you on another journey. Another journey through this garden.
So continue breathing in and out, nice and slowly. One breath after another. Now imagine, if you can, roots coming from the soles of your feet. And these roots are entering the ground, deep, deep down into the earth. And you keep going until they find rock. And with a tingle, they bind on securely. And as they do, warm, gentle earth, velvety energy flows back up your roots and into your feet, up through your calves, into your knees and your thighs. Just feel this warm and thick energy flow into your abdomen, now into your chest, flowing down your arms to your fingertips. It starts to move up your neck, across your head, your temples and your cheeks, and your jaw, especially that bit where the lower jaw joins onto the skull, that bit that tenses when we grind our teeth. So allow the earth energy just to ease and relax all those muscles. And just for a few moments, just enjoy this feeling of being relaxed, grounded and linked to Mother Earth. Now imagine that you are standing in the most beautiful garden. There are so many flowers all around, and there is almost complete stillness. The only sound is that of running water. You look around and you are aware of water running along a channel, winding its way through and out of the gardens. It's running between trees. And you can now see an archway leading into a walled courtyard. And as you enter this courtyard, you see a small waterfall, and you instantly receive a message within your heart that this is magical water. Then you can see a shadow of a person waiting by the waterfall. But almost like magic, the figure steps into the water and is gone. You are now being guided to follow the path beyond the waterfall. And all around you are wildflowers, their heads raised to the sun. You may even smell their scent. There's an animal trail along the path, so just follow that trail. Keep looking around you and notice what you see. As you walk, you feel that all your aches and pains are leaving you, and you start to feel younger and fitter. So while you're walking, just notice all that you can. Notice and remember what you're wearing, the colours, your type of clothing. And as we walk, overhead you see a huge eagle. The eagle's floating on air currents, its massive wings outstretched. And in the trees, beautifully clad birds flit from tree to tree. Squirrels run up to their drays, their tails upright and stiff, and probably carrying their hoard. A family of deer, mottled with the beams of sunlight shining through the tree canopy. You can see ahead that the water is coming from a glade. And you see there is another gateway. And as you get closer to the gateway, carved in metal are the words, Isle of Avalon. So before we step through this gateway, focus for a moment on what it is that you would like to manifest in the months ahead. As Avalon is a magical place, and what you wish for, can come true. And so be careful what you ask for. I'll leave you there just for a moment, gathering your wishes. Now it's time to step through the gateway. And as you do, you may feel tingles all over you. You're not only stepping through a gate, but through a stargate in time and space. You find yourself now surrounded by large rocks. And this is the source of the magical waters. And as you get closer, you see the rocks are massive and pale, jumbled and leaning on each other. You're surprised they're standing, really. You just stop by them. They're absolutely huge. There's a path that runs through and between them. And let's follow that path. And as we follow it, we come to a clearing ringed by these huge stones. You can still hear the water, but it's muffled as it comes up from the deep rock, which seems to form an ancient arena. There is sand underfoot, golden, warmed by the sun, and the huge eagle still watches over us high in the sky. You can see that the rock formation provides you with a seat, so take a seat and allow yourself to get comfortable. It's so peaceful here, so calm, like a haven. And as we sit, just recline in the sunshine and feel the sun beating on your face. And we become aware that footsteps approach through the tunnel of rock that we have just come through. A hooded man comes. His steps are slow and aged. His hair grey and his beard is oh so long. Oh, his eyes are so gentle and sparkle, full of wisdom, and laughter lines crease the sides of them. He walks with a staff of some dark wood. It's knotted and carved, and it's well worn, with a large lit crystal at the top, and the bottom of it has a metal protected point. And that's where his hands rest. It's bound with soft material. It's a fabulous staff. So what else do you notice about him? We all see him differently, so I will describe him as I see him. And I see him as about 5'8" tall, medium build. I really can't tell his age, but he's so old and wise. He laughs as us staring at him. He stands in the center of the arena and just belly laughs. He belly laughs at us. Our impertinence. He's not an insect to be looked at under a microscope. And he laughs and he laughs, and we can't help ourselves. And we smile and we laugh with him. And as we settle, his silence draws our attention. He starts to speak. It's a language I nearly recognize, but I feel he's saying something different to us all. So listen to what he has to say to you. If you can't hear it clearly, just accept a word that has great meaning to your current situation. You may be hearing him telepathically. As he finishes speaking like this to us, he welcomes us all. He tells us his name is not important. To some, he is Cosmic Merlin. To others, he has a different name. He tells us that we can meet him here anytime. And for the last few minutes, he is going to give us some healing and energy. And he tells us to settle, get comfortable, and feel the warmth of the healing he sends. He then passes a beautiful chalice with clear sparkling water, and he asks us to drink and allow the cool water to travel into every part of us. And as we drink this water, we just know that it's healing. He smiles as we thank him, says that anytime we need it, just come here and receive some more in this sacred space. This sacred space, which we now know today as the Chalice Well. He says we can just come and sit in the calm. But for now, this is enough. It's time for him to leave. He waves his staff, and the light gradually fades. And soon it is pitch black. But knowing we can return to the sacred place anytime we wish, all we have to do is call on Cosmic Merlin. Just remembering the healing that has taken place and any wise words that he may have given you. Just start to bring your awareness back into the here and now, back into your space. Starting to feel your fingers and your toes. Make sure that you are fully grounded as you bring yourself back round. Is everybody back with us?
I'd like to digest this for a bit. I've never cried as much as the Chalice Well. I got water. I got the Chalice Well on my face. My feeling is if we can take a pause and even write notes. I was writing some notes. I had to draw some pictures too, because my experience is we gathered so many treasures, spaces, Cosmic Merlin, Avalon. I need to digest it a bit. Do you two have any comments right now?
When I was going through, I could feel that Cosmic Merlin was with everybody here and everybody that's going to hear the recording that couldn't join us today. And he does have a message for everybody. And it's true, we all hear him differently in different languages and languages that we don't even understand. But I just really felt he's such a comical character, and I just really felt that. But I've also felt his love and his warmth for everybody. And I really do hope that you all felt that too. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I feel that there is much more significance to the waters of Avalon. And we mentioned there the red and white waters that many of us know appear at the base of the Tor. And in some ways, it is almost like the eyes of Avalon. And I feel sometimes that it is the emotion of Mother Earth herself, providing an insight into the emotions of the red and the white spring and helping us to balance the masculine and feminine within us. And as the waters appear, it's not the tears of Mother Earth, but it's the emotions of Mother Earth that appear through those two sources. And by drinking the water, we will receive healing in whichever way, but more importantly, balancing of the masculine and the feminine energy within each of us. As being in balance is critical to us ascending, critical to us on our spiritual paths to recognize both that masculine and feminine energy. So I feel the waters there and following the waters leading to Merlin, and I know that Merlin Cosmic Merlin has a lot to do with ensuring the flow of those waters, the continued flow of those waters, and providing that for all that come as a pilgrimage to Glastonbury, but also for Mother Earth herself, as these waters come deep from deep, deep underground. So for me, there's a lot of importance there. There's also the recognition that these waters flow through the ley lines of Glastonbury. So they pick up the energy of the ley lines of Glastonbury. And there are so many ley lines. There are some that we're aware of, and there's so many that we are yet to find. And remember, these ley lines are energy lines, ancient energy lines. And we are yet to really tap into those fully. So that's my take on it. And Merlin stepping up to the cosmic Merlin is the recognition that it's time that we all step up to new levels of spirituality.
I think I have some questions for you. So I'm feeling like a participant right now because you so I'm going to do a little bit of sharing of what I felt and then maybe ask you. So Avalon felt like a portal to a puzzle piece of Atlantis, but all the good stuff of Atlantis in a no time space. So I felt like, to me, it was Avalon, whatever Avalon is to me, and Atlantis. And I felt, oh my God, we're in the interdimensional portal. So what about that?
I think that is a good interpretation. For us, the Tor has always represented a pyramid of energy, and the vibration that is available from that pyramidal energy is still untapped. I feel that, yes, it goes back and would have looked very different in many different lifetimes, but there is certainly ancient, maybe even far as back as Lemuria, connections with Glastonbury and the Isle of Avalon. So yeah, I would go with that fully. And okay, it's a more modern thing, the actual tower being built on that pyramid, but it is a symbol, a beacon of light that I feel is connected to so many pyramids around the world. So yeah.
I have to mention that when you brought us to Avalon, there was a huge dragon next to me. And so I felt power. And I was like, ooh, power. So I'm going to mention dragon. And then when we were in the Chalice Well, right by the waterfall, I saw like it felt very fairy realm. So of course, many feel Avalon is an aspect of the fairy realm or the ultimate. So then I want to ask, okay, so dragons and unicorns, and I felt we were being led into deeper. It's almost like the secret garden, but the more spiritual version. I almost feel like asking you, Zena, something about that, all of that.
Well, it's funny you should say secret garden, because really this is what the Chalice Well is. I mean, it's world known. It is the World Healing Gardens. It's absolutely beautiful, but there's still secret parts of it. And I'm going to let you into a little secret that when we did a retreat there a few years ago, and we have our lovely retreaters to back us up on this, we went out when it was it dusk or dawn? Dusk, wasn't it? And we went out into the gardens, because when you're able to stay there, you have private access to the gardens after they close. And we went out, and all of us, we're not mad here, but saw little fairies. And it was round a particular area in the gardens in the Chalice Well. And it was absolutely beautiful. And we all saw it. And I know the ladies will back us up on that. And it was absolutely stunning. So yes, the fairy connection is very, very strong. And the dragons, definitely, most definitely, because they're synonymous with Merlin, but they're also, again, they reign from Atlantis. And they're just here now just to help Mother Earth in her awakening, in her cleansings. They're reawakening the ley lines, which were called dragon lines. So they're reawakening all of those. So I'm not surprised you felt that really massively. Do you want to add anything to that?
No, that's exactly as it is. And I think it's a bit of a portal. It's a bit of a gateway, that garden, to allow those elemental energies to come through in a safe way.
I know lots of people have seen so much at the Chalice Well and up at the Tor as well. It really, really is a magical place. It really is. We're so lucky.
Definitely.
I think I'm done with asking questions. The only thing that I have to share with everybody is when I was in the arena, the giant stones, and really getting to meet Merlin properly. That was more of a formal introduction that I've had. I've seen or gotten messages from him, but I got to really, it was like Zena formally introduced me, so it was very powerful. Well, Neil and Zena as a team, of course. And there was the arena, and then dragons, and it's almost like he ignited fire, and the fire was dragons and unicorns and everything mixed. And then there was this new energy. And so if you can see the outfit that I'm wearing, I'm trying to embody, this is my plasma outfit. I am plasma, because then that's what's coming next at some point today. I don't know what it means. So I'm playing with the senses that I get from my guides. So it's like, we're going to work with plasma dragons if you want, because for some of us, it's either going to be a crystal dragon or a plasma dragon or a unicorn or something. You see that and it sparks into something else. Could be a full-bodied, big, large fairy, or Merlin himself. So that's what we're going to be doing. But I saw it ignited. I was like, oh. So
magical.
Yeah, I can't wait. Sounds amazing.
Okay.
So do we want to ask anybody else if they, yeah? Okay. All right. Do you want to put that onto, we do that onto gallery. Okay. So if anybody has got anything that they would like to share with us, please unmute yourself. And
before we continue the journey, we've got a bit further to go yet. So
anybody like to share anything? No. I don't believe there's not one of you.
Okay.
Oh yes, come on, we've got Claire. Claire, so you have to unmute yourself, my lovely. Thank you.
Oh yeah. So where'd you start? Just a lot, like you said, with the dragon energy. But I think that for me the most kind of powerful thing was that Merlin kept transforming and changing his appearance, and he went. So it was that kind of multi-dimensional thing, but really saw him as a very young, powerful man, and it was almost kind of not angry, but this real kind of urgency for me to connect deeper and work deeper, and just kind of, so that there was all that kind of pressure and excitement and stuff. So that was really interesting and really powerful.
Okay, thank
so
you.
Thank you. But I feel like I've had a telling off as well.
Thank you. Anybody else like to share anything?
Okay.
No? Did you get them all?
Yeah.
Anne-Marie.
Go for it, Anne-Marie.
Put them back in.
I must admit, thank you. It was just completely awesome. What two of you just done there really was. Because as soon as I started, and I say I've never experienced this before, it was as if my aura and my energy was just pure red and orange. It was just kind of really out there, but it was all red and orange. But I wasn't scared of it for the first time ever. I wasn't scared of that power and that energy, because it was all balanced, and the red and the orange complemented one another, and the colours. And out of that, little butterflies were flying around my head, and it wasn't like a knockout, but it was all flying. And then something Alessandra said was about the relationship with Merlin this time, because I'd done your awareness course and I had something very special happen there. But this time it was like as if I'd met the person rather than the symbology of him. I actually, at one time, I felt like I had become him, and then my conscious mind stepped in and I went, oh, and obviously then I couldn't get it back. So I wanted it back. But it was the relationship, and that connection was unbelievable. And then when there was that emotion, for me, it wasn't a real sad emotion that I've ever felt before, but it was the tears of happiness from the spirit world. It was tears of happiness from him that was just sprinkling all over me, in the fact that with everything that's happened, it was just magical. It really was. That was the only thing. And then obviously Anne-Marie's head stepped back in when she came back, and it's questioning it and doing all those but it was the message he kind of gave me, that my way was unique. So that was and then it got so cold in here. It was kind of like really cold. So thank you. It was awesome, awesome. So glad I'm here.
I wish we could say it was cold. I don't know about you, but I'm absolutely
warm. I went with the aura. I was so hot. It was lovely and warm, and then all of a sudden it just went so cold, and I don't know whether that's when my doubting Thomas mind stepped in, and it was like seeing the transition between it being so lovely and warm to it then being like an ice box. So it was really nice. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Anne-Marie. Thank you. Anybody else before we continue the journey? Mia.
Yeah, well, I just want to mention something real quick. For me, it was just more like a heart-to-heart connection. I just felt a lot of energy around the heart chakra, and at some point I just fell asleep and I didn't see much. I was following it, but it just totally knocked me down. And the warm thing, I was feeling that once we were back, I was getting cold, so I had to grab a little blanket.
Perfect.
Right, you can have some of our heat. We've got loads of it.
And you're in Texas, and it should be warm out there. But anyway, not in that air conditioning, eh?
No.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to continue the journey, if you're happy to do so, and we're going to lead you on a little bit further with Cosmic Merlin and this gateway, this cosmic gateway. So if everybody is okay to get comfortable again, Claire, are you there, or you've just come back? Okay. You guys that we can't see, we're just taking it that you're there and you're happy, so that's good. And what we're going to do is we're going to continue the journey. So let's just take ourselves back for a moment to our breath and just close our eyes again. And let's focus on our heartbeat, because our heartbeat is now in tune, in line with the heartbeat of Avalon, Mother Earth. And as you take your breath and allow your heartbeat to come into line, we're going to journey back. We're going to journey back to the base of the Tor, where we started our journey. Now, as you journey back, find yourself once more standing at the base of the Tor, looking up at the beautiful tower. But as you look up at the tower, you'll be aware that it is night time and there are stars up in the sky. But you're not cold, and you know that you're safe. It almost feels familiar as you look up at the stars. And what we're going to do is we're going to follow the path now, the other way, up towards the Tor. Now, as we follow this path, step by step, you're just allowing yourself to connect even more with the Isle of Avalon, allowing yourself to find more peace and serenity, as it is through the peace and serenity in your heart that you will connect once more to these wonderful energies. Now, as you follow the path, it seems to be leading around the Tor, remembering that this is a labyrinth, this is a journey. And as you follow the path round, you are opening up this special gateway. You are opening up the heart energies of Avalon. As you walk the Tor, continue to look at the stars, lighting your way. Maybe you can see the bright moon, so full, so beautiful in the darkness. You've been round the Tor once now in this labyrinth, and you're following the path up higher. But you may also be aware that there are shadows up high in the sky above you. You can't make out fully what they are at this stage. But remember, they mean you no harm. And as you follow the path, you find now that there is a cave, an entrance around the other side of the Tor. And this entrance just seems to have opened up as you followed the labyrinth. It wasn't there earlier. So this entrance, this cave entrance deep into the Tor, is for you, only for you. It is dimly lit, and there seems to be steps, stone steps leading downwards. So take those stone steps, one by one, traveling down, down deeper within the tor, down, down, until finally you see it is opening out into what seems to be a large chamber. And there is a figure standing waiting to greet you. Yes, it is Cosmic Merlin. He has opened this gateway, this doorway. He stands there with his staff and the bright crystal. And as you enter the chamber, you hear telepathically him speaking to you. What is he saying to you? Can you feel him in your heart as well as in your third eye? You've been led to this place, this special secret place within the tor. And ahead of you, in the chamber, there is a large boulder, a huge boulder. And sticking out of the boulder is a sword, a magical sword. It is Excalibur, the fabled sword of power, of healing, of truth, of honor, integrity. And this sword is waiting for you. Merlin chuckles as he knows that you are uneasy. But this is about stepping beyond your fears, taking your destiny where it may lead you. So as you look now at this boulder with the sword, Merlin encourages you to step forward. Step forward, take hold of the sword. Now the sword looks deep within the stone, but this sword is waiting for you. The powers and the energy of this sword are for you and for you alone. So pull on the sword. Go on, pull it. Pull it out of the stone. And as you do, feel the shudder of energy traveling through your arms up into your body. The magic of this Excalibur. This sword awaits anyone who is willing to step forward and step up to harness its powers, harness its energy. So with the sword in your hand, step down now from the rock and just look at the sword a moment. Can you see it glistening? The beautiful, intricate carvings on the blade. Merlin now asks you to take the sword and to hold it flat with its handle against your heart and its blade running down through all in front of your body. As you take the sword against your body, can you feel it? Can you feel it merging within you? As this is the sword of power, the sword of strength, sword of courage. This is also the sword that Michael, the wonderful Archangel Michael, wields. But for now it is to be taken into your own energy, absorbed within your own chakras, Breathe deeply. Feel the energy of the sword as it merges within your body. You may feel the tingles, the electric. Merlin is overseeing this process as he knows that this is an entitlement, an honor to become one with Excalibur. You find the sword now has vanished through your aura into your every being, through the layers of your aura and deep within. Maybe you feel yourself standing taller, feeling stronger as you receive the blessing of Excalibur within you. Merlin now takes his staff and touches you gently on the third eye, and you receive an electric bolt of crystalline energy which travels out through your entire body into your aura, lighting you up. Can you feel it? Merlin laughs once more as he tells you that you have been honored with the energies of Excalibur. They are for you to harness on your spiritual journey. Within this sacred journey, the sword will assist you as you move forward on your path. It'll bring enlightenment, the courage that you need. And as you open your eyes once more and see Merlin standing in front of you, you feel different, so different. Merlin now asks you to take hold of his cloak. And as you take his cloak, just close your eyes once more. And you find yourself traveling through this gateway of the Tor, traveling up, 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 until you find yourself now standing with Cosmic Merlin on top of the Tor, looking once more at the night sky. And as you look out, you see these dark shadows, these figures flying high above you. And they are flying around and around the top of the Tor. It's creating almost a vortex of energy. But you notice that suddenly it's no longer nighttime. As they travel round and round, it is taking time, changing time, as time does not really exist. But you find yourself standing in the daylight once more with Cosmic Merlin and looking up, you see dragons, dragons, dragons all around. Do not be afraid, as Merlin is a friend of the dragons. Merlin has many wise friends, and the dragons are here within the Tor. They live within the Tor, but they also travel through this vortex of time and space. Take some breath. Know that Merlin is next to you. as we bring ourselves back, still standing on the tall, bringing ourselves back from this part of the journey, feeling Excalibur within our aura, within our energy, feeling strong, powerful, but with hope, love, and peace. Bring yourselves back now. Bring yourselves back into this space and this time. Take a couple of extra deep breaths if you wish. So how do you feel as you come back? We'll give you time to come round. Time to feel the change within your body. The magic of the sword within. As it beats in line with your heart. And the Isle of Avalon.
I am feeling taller. I feel like the sword of Excalibur is doing chiropractic work on my spinal column and bringing in more space between the vertebrae. And there's something about Excalibur, Merlin, and dragons together are pulling me higher so that I believe in myself more. And part of me wants to go down into bad posture again. And they're kind of hoisting me up.
Yeah. I feel with Excalibur, it is about standing tall in your truth. Honor, integrity, all of the qualities of true spiritual enlightenment, I feel. Yeah. Very much so.
I feel like no matter how big, successful a person, a teacher, or any of us are, we can use Excalibur all the time, honor and truth. Maybe there's more truth each moment. I feel like we can do, I don't want to say do better, but we can always, there's always more to grow and expand, essentially. We're always learning.
I feel you're right, and I feel that part of the importance with Excalibur is to remove the fear that we all have at times. And it's okay to have fear, but it's also important to know that we're supported by these spiritual energies of not only Merlin, but the dragons and Excalibur.
I feel like I have a smaller waist now.
I want
Isn't that funny?
I want that.
You've been stretched a bit.
it is really hard to stand tall, but
Feels good though, doesn't it? Does feel good. I know what you mean. But we must all try and not step back into old habits. That's the key. But great.
that's what I'm feeling, is that there is, in my language, an inner structure. So Excalibur, Merlin, and the dragon, but Excalibur is this energetic structure, which I felt it merged, just like you suggested or said. It was merging with the aura, but I'm really feeling it, sort of like, what do you call it, training wheels on a bicycle. They're there and then they'll melt away, and I'm feeling, okay, I can't just hold this posture now until I'm new with Neil and Zena. No, I'm gonna have to do it today, tomorrow. This is staying with me, so to get used to it. And I feel like we're all supposed to be stepping up more now, right?
Yeah, but I think you're exactly right. I think it will become part of our structure. It's going to become part of our entirety in some way. So yeah, as it integrates, as it merges, it's to give us the strength to move forward, but to also know that we can call on that magical strength. And when we call on the sword, we're not only calling on the sword's magic and strength and bring more magic into our lives, we are also calling on Merlin, the keeper of the sword. So the cosmic Merlin. I feel that that's part of giving us that as a tool that we can make that connection. Yeah, definitely.
Well, are we ready to do the next part then?
Sure. Unless we want to see if anybody wants to share, but we can go on to the next part. It's up to you. What you would like to do?
I was on the fence, so I'll have you decide that. I mean, I don't mind hearing from people.
Okay. Anyone like to share anything? Unmute or forever hold your peace.
I'd like to share something. That was incredibly emotional and powerful for me. It brought so many threads together into kind of a tapestry that now makes sense for me. When you mentioned in the meditation that sword is the same as the sword wielded by Archangel Michael, wow, because several months ago I found out through a psychedelic trip and synchronicities afterwards that I have a special relationship with Archangel Michael. But then years ago when I was 16, I painted an abstract painting, and a wizard showed up, a blue wizard showed up. And I've been thinking lately that must have been Merlin.
Mm-hmm.
And my last name actually means golden sword in the South Indian language of Tamil. And a few months ago, I wrote a poem in which I mentioned Excalibur, and I felt like I channeled that poem. So all of these threads have come together for me now. So it's really beautiful and yeah, very meaningful for me.
No, it's lovely. Thank you for sharing that. I love your name.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Jennifer, I'll just let you know that we had I suppose you'd call it an aha moment, probably about 4 or 5 years ago in the Chalice Well Gardens. And we were working with the Merlin energy by the waterfall that we mentioned. And it was in an area called King Arthur's Court. And that's a specific area in the garden. And when we were working there, Michael appeared. Now, that particular area through the garden has the waterfall running down through, and that is exactly where the Michael ley line runs through the garden. And we were aware of that, but what we weren't aware of at that time was, as Michael appeared, he appeared with the sword Excalibur.
Wow.
As I'm saying it to you, I'm still getting chills coming all over me. And it's because we are aware that Michael is often seen with a sword, and he uses that for cutting cords and all of these things. But we weren't really aware at that stage by any means that he also has the ability to work with that sword. And the sword is omnipresent. So it can be in many places at once. And when Michael appeared with that with Merlin, we also made that connection that you're just talking about, and it's phenomenal. because of the magic of the sword. And yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you very much.
Anybody else like to share anything?
Okay. No? Okay. Rightio. We'll continue the journey then.
Okay.
Okay. So just get yourselves comfortable again, guys.
Let's take a deep breath. And in a way, let's pick up right where we left off. We are at Glastonbury Tour. And there's any of your favorite frequencies that we've all been picking up, merging with right now. You don't even have to be conscious about which one you're choosing. You can just let it come to you, let it hug you, tickle you, love you. It can be more than one choice. So at this moment, I feel like we're marinating in all of these energies. And our focus point is that we are at Glastonbury Tour. And my feeling is that we are in the soil, in the land. Maybe we are in that cave, in the cave with Excalibur and Merlin. But the focus is to be very, very right brain and just become mush if we aren't mush enough. And I'm feeling called to play with all of us with my crystal bowls, maybe light language and some tones, so that we are really allowed to absorb everything that we've been, in a way, working so hard to achieve and to pick up. Just double checking that you can hear me in the bowl, yeah? We are really in this portal gateway beyond time and space. We're playing with the waters of the chalice well. We're playing with our dragon friends. We are our dragon friends. We are Merlin. We are the soil. We are the tour. We're in Atlantis. We're in Lemuria. We are in future Earth. We're really everything. And so because we are everything, we sort of take this moment to become nothing, and it's perfectly okay. Let us all be priests and priestesses right now. Let us feel this liquid plasma, liquid blessing, liquid light that is forming all around us. The cloak, the cloak, the cloak that we have been given, that we can use. Is it ours? Is it Merlin's? Do you get your own duplicate version? Something is on you and it's magical. Multi-dimensional. Hey, we're being guided to embody and invoke our multi-dimensional cloak. Plasma, rainbow light, platinum rainbow, platinum plasma, crystalline. You choose. Do you want it all? Or are you just being guided to which is your specific brand, your specific frequency, your specific soul signature? We are being very multidimensional. This multidimensionality is being invoked. So in this cave, we get to be simultaneously, each one of us gets to be the center of attention of the ceremony. We each get to be in the center of the circle. And at the same time, we get to be honored participants and we get to form a circle as we are here. You might flit back and forth with your experience. You might choose one or the other or none. Cosmic Merlin, Avalon itself, the dragons, they're all excited, just like we are excited. This is a big deal. All of this, all of today is a big deal on our end in 3D Earth life and on other dimensions. It's a big deal. We are intersecting dimensions and intersecting with aspects of ourselves and our dear old friends, ancient friends. So there's a big ceremony and a big to-do. We're very, very excited. They are excited. And right now, I do see lots of dragons. Lots of dragons. They have been waiting for this moment for eons. So I can't stop looking at the details of the dragons, looking so ancient. Of course, some are very dainty and pearlescent and ephemeral, but I can't stop looking at the very ancient ones that look like they have elephant skin, or they look like the physical dragons, the kimono dragons that live in Indonesia and other places. But this is a whole mixture of an ancient species. And there's a motley crew. All different kinds of dragons are coming. Remember that there's some dragons that might live inside of our cells, that work with electricity. There might be other dragons that work with the air and others with fire. Others might be galactic, multi-galactic, intradimensional, and other ones might be very, very earthy. You might know all of them, or you might just pick one, or it might be choosing you. But the highlight frequency, I would say the celebrity frequency, making its first time debut for us right now, is this really new plasma, platinum, rainbow, crystalline frequency. It is a new recipe, a new concoction that is coming forward through a variety of gateways. It has been valiantly gathered, received from Glastonbury and Merlin and his dragons, our dragons. So we are here to receive these frequencies, maybe from behind us, from our cloak. Maybe the dragons or our personal dragon is stepping behind us in a way to honor us. Somehow we seem to be the important, honored ones at this very moment, but the honor goes both ways. So this could be a meeting ceremony or an initiation ceremony. Are you meeting yourself, your higher self? Are you meeting a long lost dragon friend, relative? Are these all mumbo jumbo psychology words, woo-woo words? Let your mind play, but let your heart really tell you what's going on. Kaya sa ko mananay kalata lo ke nao ko para kututututinonay kanang kaya sa tao kera nakaana tao ne ke nakarayish nito ko na ke tao kira na aana ke tayo sa na ako rondo ko shunta aana tay ke ne. Maybe you are getting dragon feet, or you are observing your dragon's feet. He, she has big feet. Or you're looking up. Do you have a headdress? Or are you looking at your dragon's head? Is it crystalline? Is it shape-shifting? Is it plasma? What is plasma? It's whatever we experience it to be. It's whatever we make it. Special buzzword of the right now moment. We are absorbing and playing, and we're being tickled and delighted and happy. Hi. And through our back and our cloak, we are soaking it all in. But now the dragon frequency, or the plasma frequency, is really all around us. We are surrounded. And this is where the ceremony goes from being public to really more private and personal. You really suddenly lose awareness of everybody else, and it's you at the center of the cave, enveloped by this plasma crystalline frequency. It is whispering to you. It's so timeless, so magical, and it's your brand of magic. Where has your soul been? Your eternal soul, how has it traversed through time and space? What have you experienced? What a resource are you? Maybe the shape and form of your dragon, whether it's crystalline and plasma or both, or it's something else entirely. Maybe you're seeing a unicorn, but maybe the shape is a clue for you. The power is shifting. There's been so much power, so much stuff that we've been gathering through our cloak, through our body, through the cave. And all of a sudden, it's shifting and it's going in our heart. But is it also going in our feet and in our hands? But the focus for now is the heart. And in the heart, we can see that all of this is forming into a pearl, or crystalline pearl, and you can hold on to it. You can even have it in your hand, like a magic crystal ball, but it can also be in the heart. So this is where the focal point is. It's all there. This huge unleashed power, it's all there. We don't have to get all the answers right now. We don't have to know everything right now, but we have really gathered a lot. So through nanotechnology, futuristic technology, ancient wisdom, we've got it all in our heart space, and it's there at the ready. We begin to get ready to leave the tour, to leave the cave. We're not leaving our dragon though. We have our dragon. Whether he, she is inside of us in our pearl sphere, crystal ball in our hearts, or if we are embodying the dragon, or if he, she is in front of us or beside us, they are coming with us. And now we're getting ready to start forming a magical ley line, an updated ley line from Glastonbury tour, and it's going to follow us because the dragon is going to be forming it. We are too with it. So I'm going to share what we are going to be doing it, and then we'll do it. So we will be moving through time and space, guided and helped by and assisted by our higher self and Merlin, the land, the earth, and our crystal plasma dragon. And we are going to be led to our home space, our country, our city of where we are. And the ley line is going to be formed, and it's going to bring a great blessing to us physically, in our body, and to the land. So getting ready to rev this up. So gathering all of our pieces, gathering all of ourselves, packing up our bags, getting ready to travel, beginning to go, just sort of gliding out of the tour, out of the cave, gliding, being magnetically drawn towards our home space, feeling really, really happy and buoyant and more lighthearted, and that we have unburdened so much from our shoulders while having gathered more family and friends. So we are really gliding, not looking behind us, but looking forward, gliding forward to find our home, our physical home, our city, our country, and just see, sense, feel that we are sitting in that space and that we have brought so much with us. I think I might play the drum a little bit to bring in our dragon, plasma crystal dragons, into our homes. So you can even move your feet a bit or sway your body. And our homework is done. We could really relax and behave like a normal human again. I'm going to do a few ohms. You can do them too. The ohms are to bring us back into our body, a physical body, and to really seal the deal and to close it appropriately our auric field. And now let's move our toes and feet. And sadly, we're back in our home because we were on vacation there.
Thank you so much. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Crystal coming back.
I have a white dragon with, I think it's an opal that somebody on Etsy, might even live in England, made, because I always see white dragons and it's pearlescent.
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful.
it helps. I wanted new dragon energy. It's really hard to find the right drawings and things with the new energy. Likewise, how do we find the cosmic Merlin energy represented, or
I suppose it will be presented to us at the right time. We'll know when it's the right energy, you know.
I'm always invited by my guides to make drawings or make your own drawing of Merlin, or make your own stick figure, or make your own scribble of these meditations, because then it helps us link back to it.
Yeah.
Would we like to invite people to share?
Actually, I was going to ask you first. So even though I had a good time with my dragons, I think I was hoping to see mine more, but mine was more embodied. So I want to know, how did you experience your dragons?
Well, for me, dragons can be a little mischievous. They can be a little playful. And I found that you got to work quite hard to actually get a full image. And sometimes they not only shapeshift, but they are multicolored. So they will change color and such to suit how they're feeling and their environment and what they want to project to you. So for me, it's about feeling their energy, and I could feel their energy, but it felt like there was multi-dragons at one stage, but I don't know whether that's because the dragons that we were working with, we were pulling in, were shape-shifting and multi-dimensional in their appearance. So there was the appearance of the conventional look of a dragon through to something that was more this fluid, plasma, crystalline, I don't know what you want to call it, image. Because I feel that so often their image links them to untruths. And so they are sort of pulling their image away from that. And it's more about how you feel and sensing, and the image isn't so important. But you know what I always feel is with the dragons is this focus that they feel like they're coming from the heart in some way. They're there in your heart, and their heart is beating the same as yours, and all of that stuff.
Okay. So I had a couple. One was so shy, and they can be really, really shy. They can be mischievous, they can be bold, they can be shy. I had one really shy that he was on the back of my neck, hence the reason that I was sitting here holding my neck, because he was quite heavy. I had to ask him, please, go on my shoulders, get off my neck. But he was so lovely, and he snuggled his little, and he had a tiny little head, smaller than mine, so it was quite and he just snuggled in, and it was absolutely delightful. The other one I felt but didn't see. So that, but I just loved that journey. That was amazing. Thank you.
I loved both of your journeys so much. So
but I feel that, you know, one of the other things, and it was lovely taking those ley lines out, because I feel that this is where the dragons are coming in for so many of us, and connecting up some of the old links between, as we said, the pyramids as well. So, and the fact that the lines are almost like the veins of Mother Earth, you know, so that Mother Earth can beat its heart, grow in a bigger way, and so the more of us that have those links across, it's almost forming a matrix, a grid of some sort, which is magical. So thank you. Yeah.
Shall we open up the floor? Brilliant. Okay. Guys, ladies, it's over to you. And gentlemen, I'm so sorry. I keep saying ladies, and there's a gentleman there. I'm so sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone like to share?
Anybody want to share anything? No. They're all quiet.
Oh, they've all got to you. Okay.
Hi, my name's Joanne. I will share. I don't mind.
Please do.
Yeah, for me, it was this beautiful journey of embodiment and of my dragon and of many different dragons. And it was so beautiful for me because, you know, I had a conversation with one of my friends about a month ago, and she had talked to me about, you know, when I have an opinion to voice, or like when I'm having conversations with individuals that I don't necessarily feel like I have the confidence to speak up and speak my truth, to embody being a dragon, or like whatever I want to be that gives me the courage and strength to speak my truth in certain situations. And today I had the opportunity to do that, to like not just, you know, envision it, but like I embodied it, and it was really powerful for me. So it really, yeah, it brought to fruition advice that was given to me, but being able to actually to feel it and to feel what it will be like when I embody my dragon just in my everyday ongoing, and really being able to tap into that when I need that extra strength and courage. So thank you so much for this beautiful journey.
Thank you.
They're amazing allies to have, I'm telling you. They really are. So it's wonderful if especially those of you that have just tapped into your dragon for the first time. Be prepared for an amazing journey.
But I feel, Joanne, that this is what Cosmic Merlin, the Isle of Avalon energy, and the dragon energy is all about, is stepping into our own power, you know. So that's really good, you know, in whichever way that is for you. So thank you for sharing.
Anybody else?
Thank you.
No.
Anyone coming aboard?
Nope. They've all crashed.
I think.
Anne-Marie, you're going to share something?
Yeah.
Yes.
I wanted to. I could see the dragon sitting on your shoulder there.
Yeah, you know me. I'd always got a billion questions. But I have to say, the three of you worked magic tonight. You've all worked so well together, and I think, you know, I'm sure everybody else does, because it's as if one just rolled into the other so nicely for me. And the red and the orange was just kept coming through so much. And again, it was really interesting because I really tried to see the sword for Niels when you were going through. It's like, I'm going to see this sword, I'm going to get it, I'm going to pull it out, and in the end I just gave up. What was on the trunk or whatever was your crystal, Jess.
Okay.
Was there. And then it was like, right, okay, just go for it. And then after that, it was more about me trusting in my own knowledge and trusting that I have the knowledge to do what I want to do. And I have to say, for Alessandra, the first word I wrote down was weird.
She loves that. She loves that.
Yeah, it was just so weird because it was like, do I believe in dragons or not? Do you know? Because all I kept seeing was the humankind, and all of a sudden this dragon was just there, and I was like, oh, it's got a mask on it. And then about a moment later, you said about it wearing a mask, so that was really, I knew it wasn't of my mind. So and it was it came out as well as not being scared of thinking and feeling different things to my peers, because obviously my background and where I am, if you mention dragons to them, they will literally fall over and keel over and have palpitations and everything else like that. But it was just not being scared of being being who I am and believing in what I believe in. So that was just really interesting. Now at the end of this, I'm just completely confused, but that's another thing. The last bit I wrote was trusting my own knowledge.
Good.
Yeah.
But you know, Anne-Marie, that's one of the beauties of Avalon, is that you can be whoever you want to be.
Yeah.
You know that yourself. You've been here, haven't you? So you know, you've seen people walking up and down the high street. You've seen people around you. You know, there's no question to people thinking that's weird. Not in Avalon. Everything's weird in Avalon. So so I feel that that's part of the energy, but it's also about releasing that way that you feel you have to be.
Yeah.
For you, you've had so much of you have to be a certain way, and it's about time that you just stepped out of that and just said,
start being you.
There's only one person that matters, and that's me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be me, and you'll find people that will like you
for who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was really interesting. I felt very strongly that I have to revisit a couple of places that I'd already been to when I was there as well. So that's going to be interesting to find out what those two things are and where they are. So
okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Lovely. Anybody else?
So I would say to all of you that you that are lucky enough to travel to Avalon and those that aren't, that you can, through just your own intention with your own dragon, with cosmic Merlin, call on these energies and you will be here. I know we're here, but you will be here. You know, you are here now in so many ways, and to remove the view or the consciousness that you have that you cannot visit these places, because for us, my feeling is that you've all been here at some stage in the past, some other lifetime. And the blessing that we found was finding Alessandra, because we realized that with Alessandra, we've had a lifetime, we've had a few lifetimes, and we've done things together, all three of us in the past, that are totally off the wall, okay? Totally crazy, but we found each other again to do the same thing again. So I think that's great. I don't mind, you know, and I'm just glad that some of you are getting it. We're still, as Alessandra says, still trying to understand fully Cosmic Merlin. And I think there's still more of a journey. And as we go down these other classes that we've got, I'm sure that that will come through. But yeah, lovely.
I wanted to add something, and you said it. We're still figuring out who Cosmic Merlin is, and I'm so excited to be doing it with you, because you, both of you, know him so well, and he loves you so much that I'm happy that I'm part of the club. And there's something like, okay, so we're discovering him, and when I think Anne-Marie, you said confused, but you were laughing and that was good. And the fairies were telling me confused, ha ha ha. And then they were saying, and yes, we hope that you're befuddled. And so I think the idea is, oh, did you see a dragon or no? Is it plasma or crystal? I think that they're wanting us to be in that way confused, but in a good. This is the moment where it's okay to be confused. It's okay to, meaning, are you seeing a dragon? Is it yourself? Like, these are good questions. And this is good. This is the good moment where you don't want to be holding on too tight, and we don't want to be overly focused on something. So I'm like, confused? Yes. Me too. In a good way.
Movement, isn't it? It's all about movement in some way. So being confused shows that you're being pushed to think outside the box. you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's good.
You said it all in 2 words, think outside the box, or several. That's what I meant.
I know. But
That
you say it in a, what is it? What does Alessandra say in Anne-Marie? In a crazy way, did you say?
No, weird,
way.
weird, yes.
And we say it in an English way. But that's what you've written. She's not really.
I'm 4th generation weird. Don't worry about it. What do we have? Well, we're hoping to see, we will see everybody in our next class.
Yeah.
Which is on the 10th of October. And that is, this is your baby, isn't it? Crystalline Heart.
Actually, it was your baby also.
It was our baby.
With this shift that you're feeling, with this unsurety of where you're feeling and what's going on, everything comes from the heart. And so we need to work with that on a bigger level. We need to connect our hearts maybe a bit more to those plasma dragons. Maybe we can make a heart connection with Merlin also, but you know, we need to open that heart energy up so that we can love ourselves and love wherever we are on our spiritual journey. So yeah, that's the plan, and bring more of those galactic energies in, I'm sure, as well. So with beautiful Lady Venus.
I was going to ask, what's our homework? And you just gave it to us. That's our homework.
Any more questions before we finish, guys? Anything anybody wants to share at all? No? Okay.
I just want to say that everybody gets okay. What I want to say is if we have the luxury and the time and the energy to tap back into what we just did, that would be amazing. I mean, this is for all of us, because what I feel is everybody coming together at this time is a big effort, or we built something. So let's just tap back into it. The end.
We will send you all the recording so that you can tap back in it. And we've obviously got a number of people that signed up that aren't actually here in person that want to do it before the next class because they were really wanting to connect to that energy. So hi to those guys when you connect with it. So we'll email you guys, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. We really do hope you got something from it. Even if you didn't share, we know not everybody shares. That's fine. Okay. Thank you so much.
And obviously, if there's any questions, anything that you come up with in between this class and the next one, by all means, email Alessandra or ourselves, and we can come back to you, and
or both of us.
And we'll see if we can answer any questions. Okay.
Absolutely. So, Alessandra, anything else?
I want to say thank you, because this is amazing, and I had a good time with everybody. So thank you.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Okay. Stay safe, stay well, and hopefully we'll see you on the 10th.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Alessandra, stay with us.
I was hovering above the button.